I was really excited to receive this little bundle of goodies in the post from Hoofgold recently, and I want to try them all out, but the one thing I'm really keen on trying out is this stuff here, this blue stuff, because if any of you, if you've followed my videos, you'll know that thrush is the one thing that I'm always going on and on and on about, because I think it's just so insidious. We just don't realise it's there, and it can cause such a lot of damage to the horse's foot. And it does seem to be difficult to treat. I just want to give a review of this because I think it might give you another option for your armoury in your equine hoof care. So you can see I have been playing around with this. This bottle's quite mucky now, because I couldn't help it. There was no way I was just going to have this sitting on the side and not do anything with it. I've been playing with it, and I have actually used it on my own horse, and I'd like to give you some results of that later on. But in the meantime, let's just have a look at this product. So I didn't even know who Hoofgold was until Hoofgold kindly sponsored me for some of my studies in the last couple of months. So that's how I got to know these guys, and they're professional farriers, which they've been farriers for many, many years, and then they've developed this group of treatments for hooves alongside doing their day job of being farriers. So I would think that they would have a good idea of what good hooves are and bad hooves, etc. So the first thing about this is I actually liked the way this fits in the hand. Now I know that sounds ridiculous, but sometimes we get products in your hand and they are so awkward and difficult to use. They're not so ergonomic. This one I really like because it just is a thin little bottle, and it sits really nicely in my hand. Now the other thing I really like about it is this bit here, which is this long nozzle. Now I found that really invaluable when I used this on my own horse, because it got into all the nooks and crannies, parts that I would probably have not been able to get through with other treatments. So I was quite impressed with that. I thought that was a very good idea. So what has this got in it, and why will it work? Well, it's got a compound in it called glutaraldehyde, and that is used a lot in the medical industry, in hospitals, for disinfecting instruments, etc. And glutaraldehyde is well known for killing all sorts of microbes, and that's probably why they've used it. And the other thing that's with it is cationic surfactants. So basically that means that it sticks to the foot. It's a surfactant. That's what I think. Anyway, so does this stuff work? Well, I've heard some very good reviews about it, and like I say, I'm going to have a go of it on my own horse. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little play with this on a cadaver hoof, and then we can have a look and see just how easy it goes on, and have a look inside and see how it's penetrated the frog and the thrushy tissues. Now, the other thing that the company have said is that the pH of this, which means the acidity or alkalinity, is at a level which is better for the hoof, and is also at a level to kill the microorganisms that are in thrush. So that's I think another plus for it. Secondly, they say that this is waterproof. Now, I mean, I'm sure many of you have put stuff on your horse's foot, and the next day you've gone to have a look at the foot and everything's disappeared, and the thrush is still there, and I always think to myself, goodness, how is that going to stay in the foot? As soon as they go into a wet paddock, the whole stuff's going to be sloughed off. Well, apparently, as I say, this is waterproof, so that would be a good thing to look at, to see just how waterproof it is. But let me go and get a hoof, and then we can have a look at how this goes on, and then subsequently I'll slice it and we can have a look and see how deep it goes. So let's have a look and see how this actually goes on the foot. Oh, I like it. Oh, it's going right deep in that collateral groove quite nicely. And this bit here. Yeah, it looks like it's really sinking in. So what I plan to do is I'm going to put this hoof down now, flat on the ground as if it was a real live hoof, and then once this is dried, I'm going to give it a few hours to dry, and then I'm going to slice this, and then we can see how deep this has gone into the tissue. I mean, hopefully, you know, it wouldn't have gone too deep, but hopefully it will have actually got into the bits that it needs to get into. This is where I've done the slicing. I've gone through the back of the foot really, from where the bulbs are, right down the frog, taken about probably a centimetre, maybe 3/4 of a centimetre slices, these last few, and taking it to about here. So we're just about at the midway part of the frog. So let's have a look and see just how deep that blue stuff, that thrush treatment, has actually got into the tissues. So here's that second slice. The first slice was the part where the bulbs were. So this is just about, it's just before the heel buttress starts to kick in. So we're quite a way back at the back of the foot. So let's have a look here. What are we seeing? Well, this is where that little slit is. And let's see how much treatment has got up into there. Ah, yeah, I can see it's actually gone quite a reasonable way up into that tissue. I think a little bit more than I expected really. And the other interesting thing is on that collateral groove, I can also see some treatment has got in quite deep through there as well. So let me zoom in a little bit. And I think that now with zooming in, you can see the colours, you can see the colour through there and through here, I hope, and look, the colour through there and through here. So it does look like it's actually penetrated the tissue, or the dead tissue, quite well, and it's not going deep into sensitive tissue, but look where that breakage is through here at the collateral groove, and that treatment seems to have gone right up into there. So I would like to think that it's got right up to the seat of the infection. And I think this is the problem with a lot of these treatments. If they don't get to where they need to get to, then they're not going to be able to do their job. But I really also want to have a caveat here. With any of these treatments that we use on our horse's feet, the gold standard is to have a healthy foot. And if you don't have a healthy foot, you can treat and treat and treat as much as you like. These things are always going to come back. So, you know, always look to get your feet healthy and strong, and looking at diet, looking at trim, looking at shoeing cycles, and, you know, get that fixed. But let's just carry on looking at this treatment. You can see it quite nicely through there, the purple colour through the bottom of that frog there. And there we go. You can see that it's gone quite nicely into there, into these tissues. So I would like to think that that has penetrated reasonably well and is going to, you know, going to do its job to killing the thrush. I think that's given you a little bit of information about this product and, you know, what it looks like on a cadaver hoof. And look, I'll leave you to make your own conclusions and your own assumptions on that, because, you know, I don't want to sway you any way, left, right or centre, because, you know, you have to make your own minds up about this product. And the same for me, you know, I have to make my own mind up about this product. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I think it was quite another interesting little experiment and a little look and see. You know, we don't always have these opportunities to be able to play around with these things. And, you know, as I say, you need to make your own conclusions about this, ask your own questions to yourself, and, you know, have a think about what we've seen. And, yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.